Shalom, fam. It's your brother Tariq. I just wanted to come to you all with a quick scripture. Um, it's in Jeremiah chapter 10, and we're going to start at verse 2. It says, "Thus says the Most High, do not learn the way of the Gentiles. Do not be dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the Gentiles are dismayed at them, for the customs of the people are futile. For one cuts a tree from the forest, the work of the hands of the workmen with the axe. They decorate it with silver and gold. They fasten it with nails and hammers, so that it will not topple. They are upright like a palm tree, and they cannot speak. They must be carried because they cannot go by themselves. Do not be afraid of them, for they can not do evil, nor can they do any good." Finally, once again, that's Jeremiah chapter 10, starting at verse 2. And I wanted to bring forth this scripture in regards to, our people continually celebrating these pagan holidays. And we have one coming up, or it's one coming up, which is Christmas. Christmas is a pagan holiday, and it's dedicated to the many sun gods. These pagan practices have kept our people in error for a very, very long time. And this one in specific, people like to say that this is Jesus's birthday. And I want to agree. It may be Jesus's birthday, but it's not the Messiah. It's not Yeshua, but it's the pagan sun god. This is sun god worship. Do your own research, family. We've all been ignorant. I even once celebrated it, but once I found the truth, the truth is starting to set me free from the things that have kept our people in mental slavery and mental bondage. So, family, I just advise you all, do your research, look at that scripture, pray for understanding, like I said, because that day, Christmas is definitely pagan, and us keep letting our kids celebrate this pagan holiday. We are teaching our kids deception. We are teaching our kids how to be deceived. They have a new Santa Claus film that just came out, and in the movie, I seen how the little elves was holding up cards and they spelled Satan, and then they went back and spelled Santa. People will probably look at that, as a joke or it's funny, but the deception is real, and our people continually partake in these pagan holidays. Stop doing that. So, family, I just wanted to plant that in your minds, to come out of idolatry, come out of pagan worship, come out of these pagan celebrations. We break the first law when the Most High tells us not to have no other Elohims before him, no other gods before him. And when we do these pagan holidays, we are paying homage to the gods of like how we're in this land. We're paying homage to their Roman gods, their Greek gods. We're not paying homage to the Most High. And the thing that Satan tries to always do first is to get you on board with him, is he entices you. He always comes bearing gifts. And people always say that this is the time, for giving. But the Most High, he has holy days for the same thing. And Satan does nothing but tries to replicate or counterfeit the Most High's holy days. So, family, like I said, just do your own research, Come out of these holidays, these devil days, and seek the Most High for truth, because it's a lot of deception going on in the world right now as we know it. Something else that fell on my spirit was, people are waiting, for anti-Messiah or Antichrist, so they call it. or anything that's against the word of the Most High is the spirit of the anti-Messiah. So if you're practicing these pagan practices and, doing things that the Most High does not agree with, that's the spirit of the anti-Messiah, whether you know it or not. So we just gotta, excuse me, feeling a little under the weather, but we just gotta, make sure we're in line with the Most High and what He has commanded us to do. And it's not hard. Like I said, I used to celebrate it, so I'm not, gonna judge you for it. It's only one judge, but I just come to plant this seed and I, pray that it falls on solid ground, you know, and I pray that someone can receive this message. Like I said, Satan, he always comes, he bears gifts. He told Yahshua, I will give you all these things if you bow down and worship me. So just be careful, those burn gifts, trying to get you to go astray, trying to get you to worship and follow Satan, you know. So, like I said, finally, do your research. Look at that scripture, Jeremiah chapter 10, starting at verse 2, It talks about not learning the way of the heathen. Don't learn the way of the heathen. Come out of the traditions of man. These traditions of man, they lead us further and further away from the Most High. And whenever we're out of a line with the Most High, we see all the chaos, going on in the world today. Don't just pick one season to be given. You should feel like that every single day. That's how you know it's a Christmas spirit. It entices you. You go into these malls and these stores and you see the decorations, and you hear the music playing, and it entices you, to want to buy, to want to spend your money. And another thing, most of these holidays, you're not doing anything but giving all your money to these big corporations. People be broke all year or say they don't got money all year. As soon as Christmas come around, you spending money that you don't need to spend, money that you can save, These companies trying to push out the inventory, before the year ends so they can get all new stuff and coming into their new year, Even New Year's is a pagan practice. How does the New Year start when everything is dying in the wintertime? The New Year starts in the spring when everything is coming back to life, when you see the flowers, when you see the bees, when you hear the birds chirping, That's the real biblical New Year. If you are a Bible believer, for those that say, you believe in the Most High Yah, yes, New Year starts in the spring, All of these holidays that we practice are Roman, are Greek. These are all their customs and their cultures, family. We got to learn, like how the Most High says, come out of her, my people. We got to come out of these pagan practices. We got to come out of these religions, Even the religion of Christianity. We got to come out of that, family. Because the Most High say don't make any idols. But when you go into these churches, what do you see? You see idols. You see graven images. Satan is crafty, family. He tries to mimic the Most High. He tries to give you things to see. He tries to give you gifts. And that's how he entices you. Because a lot of people only believe what they can see. But that's not having faith, That's not having faith. That's not waiting on the Most High. You got to learn to wait on the Most High. And even in the midst of you waiting on the Most High, you still got to put forth good works. You still have to do the things that he commands you to do. Because we are on his time, Satan give you things immediately. So you can, focus your attention on him. And he will have you believing that you're serving the Most High Yah when you really serving and worshiping him. So, yeah, family, like I said, that day, it's coming up, they're paying homage to the sun gods. That's what it's all about. That's what these holidays are about. They're paying homage to their gods. And us as, I don't want to be racial, but us as black people, we are lost people. We always participate in other people's cultures and religions to as though we don't even have our own or know who is our God, who do we serve. And until we come back, humble ourselves and pray, we're going to remain in this constant cycle of idolatry, of paganism, and the Most High will withdraw, his presence and his face from his people. So yeah, family, it's just some food for thought. Do some research before you participate in these things because you think you being loving and you being kind and you doing it for the kids. You letting your kids sit on a man's lap and take pictures. You wouldn't let you wouldn't let your kids sit on a stranger's lap. So why would you let them sit on Santa Claus' lap? You don't know if this man is a pervert. You don't know if this man is a pedophile, but you allow your children to sit on his lap. Come on now, family. We got to come out of these lies, and one of the first things to come out of is are these holidays, are these holidays. Learn the feast days, learn the holy days, and see and compare, because there's holy days in the book, in the Bible. Look at how Satan tries to mimic them, It's like they celebrate Easter. It's really supposed to be Passover, Even Thanksgiving, it's pagan. Come out of these pagan practices. All you gotta do is give us some food or some gifts, and we be ready, But we gotta learn to come back to our own. We gotta learn to come back to Yah. We gotta learn to serve Him in spirit and in truth, and come out of these lies. Come out of these lies, family. So, I hope somebody received that today. And like I said, it encourages you to go do your own research before you partake in these things, because the Most High is not pleased with it. Regardless of how you feel, get your emotions out of the way and seek truth and seek the Most High's word and see what He says about him. See what He says about the tradition of man. See what He says about graven images and idols. See how they say this is Jesus' birthday. Like I said, which it probably is, but it ain't Yahshua's. It ain't the Messiah. It's their God Jesus. That's His birthday, which shares the same birthday with all the rest of the pagan gods. Something to think about, family. Something to think about. So you all have a blessed day. Shabbat Shalom. Get some rest. Try to get in your word. Just try to take a break from this world. Sometimes it can be overwhelming. Try to revive yourself on the day and seek truth. I love you all with the love of the Messiah. You all have a blessed one.